to say it right now, but you don't have another day. 'Cause we're moving on and we can't slow down. These memories are playing like a film without sound, and I keep thinking of that night in June. I didn't know much of love, but it came too soon. And it was me and you, and then we got real blue. Stay at home, turn on the telephone. We would get so excited and we get so scared, laughing at ourselves, thinking life's not fair. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever. So if we get the big jobs and we make the big money, when we look back now, will our jokes still be funny? Will we still remember everything we learned in school? Still be trying to break every single rule? Will little brainy Bobby be the stockbroker man? Can he ever find a job that won't interfere with the tan? I keep thinking that it's not goodbye. Keep on thinking it's our time to fly. And this is how it feels. As we go on, we remember all the times we had together. And as our lives change from whatever, we will still be friends forever.
Welcome. Nice part about doing it this way is I don't have to wait for you to quiet down at the beginning, like when we're in the gymnasium. Except for that, thank you. Thank you. Can you believe this? Wow. Truly blown away. Parents, grandparents, brothers and sisters, relatives, and family friends, my name is Griffin Sontag, and I am the proud principal here at Pleasantdale Middle School. Welcome to our 2020 graduation ceremony. Before we welcome to the screen and celebrate the 2020 graduating class via their virtual processional, I wanted to begin the night with a few thank yous. Dr. Pelzett, our superintendent, he supported this wild idea from day one, and his leadership was instrumental in making it happen. To our front office staff of Mrs. Stacy Tantillo and Maria Cuevas, who have been working hard behind the scenes to make everything just right. To Mrs. Malat, our assistant principal, for all of her help and support. Thank you to members of our administrative team who were able to make it tonight, Mr. Frank Adams, our chief school business official, and others that are watching from home. I also wanted to thank our director of maintenance, Mr. Bob Adamick, for organizing the parking and other details, along with Mr. Reggie Daniels, our custodian, and the volunteer teachers and staff, and Mr. Cosabel for helping everyone park. I want to thank Mr. Eric St. John and his team from Entertainment Concepts who brought this big screen. And to Ron Hausek from VIDEOEVENTS for all of his hard work and his team's work for the videos you are going to see tonight. Thank you to our Board of Education members who were able to make it tonight as well. Mr. Charles Zona, Mr. John Borelli, Mrs. Kristen Violante, along with the rest of the Board of Education. We greatly appreciate your continued support. I also want to thank all of those teachers parked way in the back for attending this evening. Oh, now they're up over here on the side. Thank you for giving them, and thank you to the parents for letting them have some additional appreciation. This graduation ceremony is a culmination of 4 years of middle school and 9 or more years in the Pleasantdale 107 school district for many of our students. They've learned together and grown so much in their time here with us. One last thing, this is the request I make when we're in the gym. Please, 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 we have lots of family, lots of friends, lots of relatives. Whether they're here or online, we want to have them have the opportunity to enjoy that special moment when the graduate they came to honor and his or her name is announced. So please, as yours is announced, please refrain from making those loud noises, those sound effects, those car horns, or any other distracting sounds that could take away from the special moment of the next graduate. Thank you. Finally, on behalf of our teachers and staff and our members of the Board of Education, parents, thank you for sharing the class of 2020 with us. We are so very proud of these young men and women and will miss them greatly at Pleasantdale Middle School. And now, let's welcome the Pleasantdale Middle School graduating class of 2020.
evening, students, staff, teachers, and family. I'm Jack Micheletti, the Student Council President. On behalf of the class of 2020, I would like to welcome you to Pleasantdale's first ever drive-in graduation ceremony. Our class is truly making history, and we will never forget this special night. I would like to take this time to thank our Pleasantdale staff for all their effort in giving us this creative send-off. The fact that we are all gathered here tonight is proof on just how close-knit the Pleasantdale family is. From my time at Pleasantdale, I will remember so much more than e-learning, Zoom calls, social distancing, toilet paper, and binge watching. I will always remember the great times of outdoor ed, pep assemblies, participating in PE with my friends, staying after school to work on amazing art projects, basketball games in the packed gym, and just having great discussions with my teachers in class. I definitely miss the experience of coming together daily with my classmates and teachers these last few months of my Pleasantdale career. I have been in class with many of my fellow students here at Pleasantdale for the past 11 years, and as some of us will now be moving on to different schools and on different paths, I would like to wish you all the best of luck. I can only hope that my high school will be a place just like Pleasantdale, where I feel supported, challenged, engaged, and entertained. I am so grateful for all the extraordinary teachers and students that have made such a great impact on me. As part of Pleasantdale's graduating class's tradition, each class leaves a lasting legacy, either through a gift or donation. The class gift from the Pleasantdale Middle School class of 2020, in conjunction with the classes of 2018 and 2019, is the amazing digital marquee out in front of the school. This marquee highlights the great things happening at our school, and it provides an opportunity to share positive messages to those who pass us on Wolf Road. I'd like to thank the members of our 8th grade committee for all their efforts and support this year and over the past 4 years. A big thanks to Sonia Demkowski and Jennifer Hennessy for leading the committee, and Mary Rockor, Iwa Jasnos, Diane Petrich, Debbie Martin, Gianna Imperato, Elisa Burns, Millie Grujic, Jamie Swerro, Kristen Wojo, Angel Medley, Danielle Vari, Kathy Susba, Angela Caulfield, Shalu Devnani, and Julie O'Flaherty. We had a great year because of all of you. Thank you. This year, all 8th grade students were invited to submit speeches for a chance to be included in this graduation ceremony. This year's speeches will be given by Vincent Mecha and Sabrina Nelson. Now, I would like to welcome Sabrina.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you all for coming to the day most of us thought we'd never reach. My name is Sabrina Nelson, and I am part of the graduating class of 2020. The only class to be tempted to write on their shirts the one where they graduated over Zoom. I'm an aspiring writer/actor, the two shakiest careers in America, and you may know me from the past school plays. These last 4 years have been some of the craziest years of my life. I've learned so much about myself through this school, but what I've learned I'm going to break down into 2 words: confidence and determination. Because when you look into it, those 2 words are a lot closer than you may think. Let's start with confidence. This may come as a surprise to some, but when I got to this school, I was incredibly shy. I had just moved from a Catholic school and only attended 4th grade in Pleasantdale Elementary, so I really didn't know many of my classmates. I barely talked and kept my head in my hood and my eyes on the ground. So where did that confidence come from? Well, I attribute it to one thing, and that is that the people behind me, or in this case to the sides of me in this drive-in, are the kindest, most fun-loving and accepting people I've ever met. How I got so lucky, I don't know, but I'm thankful for it every day. It was through these people I learned what kindness was, and I learned to take off my hood and stare the world in the eyes. Looking back on it, confidence is a lot easier to get and maintain than most think it is. Confidence is not a trait you're born with. It's a habit. It's the habit of looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, "You are looking great today." The habit of walking into a challenge and saying to yourself, "You've got this." It's not that easy, because often we are told, or tell ourselves, that a lot could go wrong. But if something can go wrong, then it can also go right. Simply reminding yourself of that can give you a confidence you never thought you had. And the great thing about confidence is that everybody finds it differently. Not one human is the same, so everybody has different ways to appreciate themselves. In my case, it's my look. I spend my allowance on black jackets and detailed jeans, pins and t-shirts of my favorite fantasy stories. But for some, it may be talents such as sports, drawings, or things most of us have never even heard of. For others, it's hobbies such as gardening or meditation or, once again in my case, fencing. The trick is to find what developed your confidence and keep at it. And you may be thinking, well, that's all well and good, but what makes confidence so important? Let me start with this. I used to describe life and its changes as a roller coaster. Overall, it's pretty fun. Sure, there are those few sections of the coaster you hate, but then you remember you have the good sections to look forward to. So you grab onto the handlebar and see where it takes you. But when the world flipped itself on its head, I realized the flaw with that analogy. If you try to hold on to something out of your control for too long, it just hurts more when that too changes. In the end, all you can ever really control is yourself. When things change, no matter how bad or how sudden, you'll still be there. And that is why self-confidence is so important. Because the one person that will always be there is yourself. So if you can get into the habit of loving yourself, you will always have a little ray of sunshine in your pocket, even on what seems like those endless cloudy days. And that ray of light channels into something even more important. Which brings me to the second word in this speech, determination. When everything around us changes, the word almost seems foreign. What is there to fight for? Why should I persevere? And the answer to it is simple. Because you didn't come this far just to give up. Determination is something one must keep in their heart every day. Because giving up not only has you accepting defeat, but it renders all the hard work you did to get where you are useless. In some cases, it's a week's worth of essay writing, and in others, it's a lifetime dedicated to a dream. But no matter the case, giving up stops the progress of life right in its tracks. And that being said, I think it's time for the elephant in the room. He's been sitting there very quietly, and I do thank him for that. But I think we're ready to address him. COVID-19 came what felt like overnight, and the world turned upside down. I remember watching one of the first news stories in social studies about the first casualties in Wuhan, and thinking it was just another news story. It would last for a week, then go away, like everything else seems to do. Needless to say, that didn't happen. So, keeping the situation in mind, what if we all gave up? Threw our determination in the garbage and gave up? What if the doctors and nurses gave up trying to help people survive? What if the scientists gave up trying to find a vaccine that could save millions of lives? What if small businesses gave up trying to survive this crisis, closed their doors and said, well, it was a nice run, guess it's over now? What if our government leaders said, don't look at us, we don't know what to do, good luck? What if all the parents out there having to work and teach their kids gave up because they were tired? What if every single person who pulled into this event tonight decided not to come? Because what's the point? The human race didn't succeed by throwing in the towel and saying, well, that's that. No. They succeeded by getting back up when life pushed them down. You'll never find the bright side if you stop looking for it. To my fellow graduates, if you take anything from this long speech, I want you to take this. No matter how hard life punches you down, no matter how much the world seems to turn against you, don't give up. Stay determined. So, instead of the roller coaster, here's a better analogy. Life is like a rock wall. The rocks will constantly shift, and if you try to hold on to a rock for too long and are unprepared to move, you'll fall. So instead, keep moving. Grab onto different rocks, and no matter what, keep going higher. Keep telling yourself how great it's going to feel when you make it to the top. Because the only thing on that wall you can control is your mind and your attitude. And no one climbs a wall to only make it halfway. As the movie Sing put it, when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way left to go, and that's up. Thank you everyone for attending this evening. Thank you Pleasantdale staff for helping all of us students get through these last few months and setting up this unusual but awesome retro graduation. And thank you to the class of 2020 for everything. I wish you the best of luck and the best of lives.
Thanks so much for sharing, Sabrina. Now, I'd like to welcome Vincent Mecha.
Welcome, parents and grandparents, staff and faculty, members of the board and administrators, and my fellow graduates. I hope you are all excited about this lovely drive-through graduation for the Pleasantdale graduating class of 2020, even in this time of constant worry. This is truly a unique situation we find ourselves in. It has all come so fast. It is hard to grasp the complete picture of what we're missing. I was staring at my phone the other day, and the day before. No shortage of memes these days. Have you seen the one with the stay-at-home concert with all the coronavirus band names? How about all the song parodies that are coming out? Yeah, funny. I'd be willing to bet that your routine has come to look similar to mine. Wake up, grab your phone, and boot up your favorite app. Due to the coronavirus limiting us to only eating, sleeping, and doing little else, my gears started moving. I couldn't help feeling disgruntled, and frankly disgusted by the amount of time being sucked up by the almighty device. I decided enough was enough of the tech trance and made the choice to make myself useful. But what could I do? This question brings me to the focus of my time with you today. I'd like to talk about passing time and about the value of maximizing your time. Upon reflection, it occurred to me that in order to maximize your time, you should work to meet two criteria. Number one, your time should be dedicated towards the completion of some substantial goal. And number two, the result of the time spent must be something that you are truly proud of. One can say that they are proud, but that does not mean that they feel proud. An individual could argue that doing anything is towards a substantial goal, even watching hours of Netflix. Is finishing Tiger King really an important goal in life? I think not. No, time has to be wholeheartedly put forth towards a goal in order to be meaningful. And what about the second criterion, being proud of the result? Usually time dedicated to an overarching goal is time that is worth being proud of. Each step towards the goal, whether it is practicing for a sport or reviewing for a test or memorizing lines for a play, is just as important as the final product. But that's easier said than done, right? In my experience, setting a daily goal is always helpful to keep you on track. Identifying what you need to do during the day can eliminate possible distractions. Goals can be small, like remembering to check your emails or working on your graduation speech, or they can be aimed towards a larger objective, like researching job interests or mastering a new skill. Something like, I want to get through the day without taking a third nap would suffice. Your goals will be different on days without time-bound events, but you should still have them nonetheless. Another goal-oriented practice is to reflect on past choices or prepare for the future. Before we go to bed every night, my younger brother and I determine what was good and what was bad throughout the day with a Gudazaka Slicerzaka. This is more focused on general good and bad, but a majority of our answers are still reflective on what we did or didn't do that day. Simply following this ritual with a family member, or even in solitude, can help you to have a fruitful day. This ritual highlights patterns in your day, which tells you what to continue doing and what to stop doing. Finally, time spent assisting others is of the highest value. It helps you, as you are building your relationship with them, and it obviously helps the other person as well. Self-improvement is not everything. A focus on others will bring fulfillment to you. If you apply all of these concepts to your life, chances are you will start to feel more fulfilled. But how can one transition to such a lifestyle? Start with small changes. A new lifestyle takes time to settle into, so don't rush it. For example, somewhat recently I tried a more active, fitness-intensive lifestyle, starting each morning with an hour of solid exercise. You can guess how that turned out. The problem was that I made the switch too quickly and intensely, causing me to quickly fall back out of it. You are the one in control of the speed at which your life changes. This means you can add one new ritual every week, 2 weeks, whatever it may be, but but take it easy. Another important thing to note is that it may feel weird when you make the change. It will feel unnatural. This is normal, and the unease will go away after your routine is entrenched in your psyche. Next year, we will all have a chance to start anew. Our routines will be reset, and the road will be paved for high school. The idea of passing time somehow needs less of an explanation. We know it when we see it, we know it when we do it. And thanks to technology and stay-at-home restrictions, the conditions are now optimal for some serious time wasting. I think you know what I'm about to say. Today's generation is characterized by overuse of phones. Much of the time is spent scrolling through posts and laughing half-heartedly at humor. As you look at post after post, whatever you were planning to do in the morning has been unnecessarily postponed. You soon start to feel that your days are rushed and you don't have time to relax. Instead of being on pace with your chores, homework, and activities, you are always lagging behind, unable to catch up. This may spark a negative response in a few of you, but this time wasting is simply an unnecessary evil. You miss out on so much. Time that could be used for productivity, charity, and self-improvement is missed, and instead is wasted on mindless entertainment. A quote from Harvey Mackay, a respected businessman and author, only supports my stance on passing time. Time is free, but it's priceless. You can't own it, but you can use it. You can't keep it, but you can spend it. And once you've lost it, you can never get it back. I feel that we can all relate to this quote, and I hope it, and the ideas I presented thus far, will inspire us to lead more fulfilling lives. Now, don't get the wrong impression. I'm not trying to completely reshape your life. I only want to invite you to reflect upon it. The point of evaluating your daily routine is to arouse a concept of time and how it flies by. These past 4 years of middle school have certainly flown by. It is surprising just how quickly it passes, with our life in high school just around the corner. Our days have been moving even faster during the COVID shelter in place. The coronavirus has forced us all to stay cooped up in our home, bored and sluggish. Oh, but what about me? Surely I'm still keeping myself busy and creating structure where there is none, right? Well, no. I have been struggling to stay active just like all of you. Now, that may sound hypocritical. Isn't the classic saying, practice what you preach? And yes, it is hypocritical. And that is why I'm still driven to follow this lifestyle. I may never formulate the perfect way to spending my time fulfillingly, but I will try to get as close as I can. It may be impossible to achieve ideal time management, but it is important to at least try. Someday this speech will truly represent who I am, and I hope it will for you as well. We will need these skills in high school. Thank you all for attending today, and thank you all for these great years here at Pleasantdale Middle School. Congratulations, graduating class of 2020. May you prosper in your future.
Wow, weren't those speeches great? I can't believe those students are only finishing 8th grade. Up next, Mr. Tatina has put together a collaboration for you. He has volunteered students who have all sang the song Dear Theodosia from the hit musical Hamilton, and he has compiled them together in a video for us to watch. Enjoy.
Dear Theodosia, what to say to you? You have my eyes, you have your mother's name.
When you came into the world you cried, and it broke my heart.
I'm dedicating every day to you. Domestic life was never quite my style. When you smile, you knock me out and fall apart, and I thought I was so smart.
You will come of age with our young nation. We'll bleed and fight for you. We'll make it right for you. If we lay a strong enough foundation, we'll pass it on to you. We'll give the world to you. And oh, someday, 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 yeah, you'll go somewhere.
Thank you, Mr. Tatina and students, for putting together that beautiful song. Next, we have our teachers coming to give out our 8th grade Student Recognition Awards. Our first presenter will be Mr. Bush, Social Studies.
Hello, my name is Eric Bush, and I'm the 8th grade Social Studies teacher at Pleasantdale Middle School. I'll be awarding the Social Studies Student of the Year. I view social studies as more than just economics or history or government, but a study of what's happened and why, a study of people and the reasons for their choices and their actions. In the end, social studies really tells us how we got the world that we live in today. The strongest social studies students not only learn the facts and the figures and the dates, but they also are able to apply what's happened to the world they live in now. Our Student of the Year for Social Studies has done just that, learned all that he needed to learn, and shown a keen ability to interpret what happened and apply it to today. So congratulations to Josiah Hoosman, our Social Studies Student of the Year. Congratulations, Josiah. I'm going to pass it along now to Miss Deaton for ELA Award.
Hi, this is Mrs. Deaton and Mr. Munchoff, and we are here to announce the award winner for Student of the Year for our ELA class. And this year is the honor goes to Ryan Tobias for a bunch of different reasons.
Ryan is an avid reader. In class, when he was done with his work, he would immediately take out his independent reading book.
Ryan also had an independent story he was working on at various points throughout the year. He really considers himself a writer and works hard at improving his writing.
He works well with everyone in class. You could pair him up with anyone and he would work with them in a true partner fashion, where he would truly listen to others' ideas and value their input.
Ryan also is a kind student who not only thinks deeply, but he also pushes his classmates during classroom discussions to dig a little deeper into their analysis.
And one unique thing about Ryan in our class was he would always spend extra time with his assignments to check them over and make sure they were done well before turning them in.
Congrats, Ryan.
Hello, ELA graduates. It seems like only yesterday that you had first entered my classroom. It was a short year, but I hope it was as good a year for you as it was for me. I think of you every day, and I know you all worked hard, and I hope you had some fun as well, because I sure did. You're a great class, and you're all going to fly in high school. This year especially was a very difficult choice for me to narrow down one student that I give my Special Achievement Award to, ELA Student of the Year. Very tough decision. You've all grown so much, as I said. And I do have some nominees before I give the award to the one student I have chosen. This one student who stands alone above everybody, who comes every day with enthusiasm, great participation, works great with other people, and a willingness to accept any challenge that was thrown out this year by me. My nominees are Ava Cousins, Stella Kosowski, Ariana Domkowski, Alex Bataski, Josiah Husman, and Ian Enzelman. So my award goes to this year, congratulations to Stella Kosowski, my ELA Achievement Award for the year. Congratulations again, Stella. You're on to high school. You will fly. Have a great freshman year, ELA students. Think of you every day, and I always will. Bye-bye.
My name is Dana Merchant, and it is my pleasure to announce the third of 3 recipients for Outstanding English Language Arts Student for 2020. You know, it can be a difficult thing to give your all on all assignments in all subject areas, but our ELA honoree does just that. His skills are remarkably strong in reading, writing, critical thinking, and analysis, as you would expect. But beyond his talent, his work ethic shows a desire to learn more, to become stronger in a subject area, and to elevate his work to meet a standard of excellence that he sets. Beyond academics, his spirit of generosity and kindness have enriched our ELA classroom all year, and I am thankful for his influence of humor and positivity. So tonight, we congratulate Vince Mecha on being named Outstanding Student in English Language Arts for 2020.
Thank you, Mrs. Merchant, and welcome to my dining room live from Darien, Illinois. It is my pleasure to present tonight's Oscar/Old Volleyball Trophy for the best performance in the 8th grade science classroom in 2020. And our nominees are the perfectionist, Kylie Mahoney. She does things at 110% and they're usually perfect. The inventor, Ethan Bosley. Give him an engineering project and you're sure to get the most creative design you've ever seen. The environmentalist, Sophia Giotis. If there's an issue, she's passionate about it. A pair of gentlemen for this one, the geniuses. This is Egan Payne and Dom Nueva España, who both on their ACT science portion got a 32. Incredible, who does that? And, drum roll please, our winner this year is Ethan Bosley. Congratulations, Ethan. I'll expect you to have an acceptance speech and send it to me sometime this week. And with that, let's turn it over to Miss Ayala for the Math Award.
Thanks, Mr. Reed. That was great. My name is Mrs. Ayala, and I am so proud to announce my Math Student of the Year. There are so many amazing students to choose from, but I am thrilled to select Ava Cousins as my Math Student of the Year. Each and every day, Ava came to class prepared to learn. She tackled any task that was given to her and thrived when presented with a challenge. Ava was always helpful to those around her, willing to participate, and went above and beyond to make sure she was prepared and learning the important concepts of the class. Ava brought a positive attitude to class each and every day. Even when the school year unexpectedly turned into e-learning, Ava continued to work just as hard and continued to impress me with the quality of her work. Congratulations, Ava. You truly deserve this award. Next, I would like to introduce Mr. Munchoff and Mrs. Ortiz.
I am Mrs. Ortiz, and Mr. Munchoff and I are happy to announce the 8th grade math winner for our 8th grade math class.
Ariana Domkowski is our nominee for Math Student of the Year. Ari is an independent worker and asks questions as a last resort only when she can't figure something out for herself. She always tries to work through problems independently.
Ariana has a positive attitude about math and enjoys the challenge and is not easily defeated. She completes all her work and understands that doing so will help her master the task at hand.
The best part is that Ariana works well with every student in the room and asks them for input to be sure they are included. She is encouraging and supportive to every student. Lastly, she not only turned in every single e-learning assignment, she was usually the first or second to complete them. She is definitely an early riser.
Congratulations, Ariana, and we wish you the best luck in high school.
Buenas noches. Yo soy Señora Baronio, profesora de español. I am delighted to be giving the award for Spanish Student of the Year. This year's award goes to Kylie Mahoney. Kylie really stands out as a Spanish student. As an 8th grade student, Kylie's proficiency in the language is impressive. Kylie is proficient due to her work ethic and engagement in class. She took the time to do all assignments really well, including e-learning. In class, Kylie challenged herself to use as much Spanish as possible and to ask very thoughtful questions. Our last unit this year focused on holidays and celebrations. For the last written assignment, students were asked to write about a party they would like to have when the quarantine is over. Most students wrote very nice paragraphs about parties they would like to have at their homes with family and friends. They really sounded like fun. Kylie wrote about a graduation party with 8th graders and teachers in the school gym, including food, dancing, and at the end of the evening, fireworks. A very detailed, well-written paragraph, a celebration for the Pleasantdale community. Congratulations, Kylie, and best of luck to you in high school. And now, here is Ms. Llewellyn to present the next award.
Thank you, Mrs. Baronio. I'm Kay Llewellyn, and I teach technology, or as we call it, STEM here. And I'd like to say a word first to all the 8th graders. I am so proud to have gotten to teach you in 5th, 6th, and 8th grade. And it was my pleasure to watch you grow into the wonderful young men and women you have become. I know that you will go out and you'll change the world. My best wishes to you. The award for the most outstanding student in tech goes to Eileen Zhang. She is determined. I call her a quiet tornado because she comes out with her knowledge and her creativity and does amazing things. She would attack goals. No matter how long it took, she would be persistent and show grit until she solved the problem. She also is a natural teacher. There's a lot of hard things to teach in tech with the coding and applying coding and mechanisms together, but she would be persistent. I'd be showing people and I'd look around and there was Eileen. She got the class's trust, she worked well with other kids, and she will do amazing things in high school. Thank you so much and congratulations, Eileen. I would now like to introduce Diane Washburn, our wonderful, wonderful art teacher.
First, I'd like to address the entire class of 2020. I really enjoyed having you in the art room for the first 2 trimesters. And when I saw you in the hall and you said, "Ooh, I have art 3rd trimester," I was looking forward to having you every single day in the art room instead of on the computer in your home. Although it was interesting to see everybody's bedrooms and all the things that they were working on. I've enjoyed meeting you in 5th grade, where we made the t-shirts at first and you got to know the art room, all the different supplies we used and the light box, and I was so proud of how you developed your ideas. We did the clay bears and the scratch boards, the action figure collages with Mrs. Thalge. Then 7th grade, the chalk drawings were so hard, but you did such a good job and you didn't quit, and by the time you were done they looked wonderful. It was fun messing around with the colors and the linoleum. And then this year, I enjoyed the complexity of your metamorphoses. I thought your paintings were lovely, and the clay masks, it was so interesting to see how they came out by the end when everybody had the same assignment and no one looked alike. This award I could have given to thousands of people. I was so proud of all your projects. When I took them to the art fairs, everybody would go, "Oh, they look really good. What grade did that?" I thought you worked so hard and cared so much. I could have given so many awards. The person I'm going to choose for the award sort of grew and developed her own style in 8th grade and found her own voice, coming in when she wasn't involved with other activities to pursue her passion in art. She did drawings at home and on the computer and took my project and my assignment but made it her own. The person I'm going to give the award to is Loveline Sasson, because I thought that it became one of her passions. So I hope you stick with it in high school and beyond, and keep in touch every single person in the class of 2020. Let's meet again when life becomes normal. Okay, and now I'd like to introduce Mrs. Driscoll, our wonderful health teacher, to give her health award for 2020.
Thank you, Mrs. Washburn. Hello, I'm Mrs. Driscoll, and I'm here to present the Health Award. The student I chose is creative, curious, and has been an enthusiastic participant in class discussions throughout 6th, 7th, and 8th grade health. In 8th grade health, we talk a lot about what it means to be an advocate for a cause. This student really put that concept into practice with a fundraiser they organized through the Greater Chicago Food Depository. You embody what it means to be a compassionate leader, and I am proud to know you, Jay Devnani. And now, I'd like to introduce my colleague, Mr. Tatina, to present the next award.
Thank you, Mrs. Driscoll. My name is Mr. Tatina, and it is my privilege to announce the 8th grade Choral Award. First, let me say to the 29 8th graders who are in choir this year, thank you so much for your dedication and talents. In artistically using your voice, you have grown so much in your musical expression, and you've been an inspiration to me and your audiences, many of you for all 4 years at Pleasantdale. I've missed you filling the music room with your beautiful sound, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for all that you've done. this year's Choral Award recipient has been a rock of leadership and musicianship in choir. He was selected to the ILMEA District 1 choir in the fall. He came to rehearsal each and every day with his best energy and passion, and he has shown his dedication, even practicing on his own during quarantine for a concert we wouldn't even be able to give. He has always been kind and accepting of everyone in choir. I can see in the way he sings that choir means so much to him, and his passion is felt in his expressive singing. Congratulations and thank you, Vince Mecha, 8th grade Choral Award recipient. It is also my honor to present the 8th grade Musical Theater Award. Every 5th grade that enters the middle school brings with it immense theater talent. The stage provides a way for them to express themselves that no other activity really can. It also creates bonds and memories that will never fade. This year's recipient burst onto the Pleasantdale stage in 5th grade. She didn't need much direction because she had such good instincts. I came to learn that once she knew what musical we would be doing in the next year, she would get out her notebook and watch the movie version many times over, doing character studies like a professional actor. She was always one of the first to learn her lines and songs. She made her characters memorable in her portrayal of them, and has incredible comedic timing. Don't tell anyone, but she had such projection and presence that she probably didn't even need a microphone on stage. Her roles spanned from The Lion King's Timon, to Ursula in The Little Mermaid, to Tiger Lily in Peter Pan, leaving us in style with the genie in Aladdin. Now that she's out of the lamp, I know this is only the beginning of her musical theater endeavors. Congratulations, Sabrina Nelson, 8th grade Musical Theater Award recipient. Now to Mr. Dreyer for the PE Awards.
Thank you, Mr. Tatina. It is my honor today to award our PE Students of the Year as well as our Athletes of the Year. It pains me to present these awards without you here to shake your hand as your family, peers, and their families applaud for you. With that said, we want to be sure that you are recognized for all of your hard work and your effort. When we chose our PE Students of the Year, we thought about the things that make a difference for our class. Things like good effort, positivity, kindness, getting classmates involved, and making the class more fun. These two students did make a positive difference daily, and we can't thank you enough. I am proud to announce our PE Students of the Year, Elle Rockroar and Ian Gamino. Before we get to our Athletes of the Year, I wanted to give a quick shout out to our athletic teams and the fantastic job they did. Our boys softball team mashed the ball all over the field. Our girls basketball team, while small in numbers, played every game big. We had some very talented runners for our cross-country squad. Our boys basketball team more than doubled their win total from last year, and the cheerleaders always brought the spirit. Top that off with a girls volleyball team that went undefeated 2 years straight. What a very impressive group of young men and women. We are all very proud of you. As for our Athlete of the Year, our two winners really demonstrated what it means to compete, not just by their athletic skills, but how they handle themselves in tough situations. Giving that little extra effort in crunch time, their drive and enthusiasm, being supportive of their teammates, and demonstrated great leadership skills for their respected sport teams. It is my pleasure to announce our Athletes of the Year, Matt Zeman and Ida Castro. And now here is Mr. Sontag to present our next award.
I'm Griffin Sontag, the proud principal here at Pleasantdale Middle School. I'm here to introduce the winner of the Scotty Award. The School Citizen of the Year, or Scotty Award, recognizes students that have been chosen by their schools as good school citizens and models for others to emulate. While grades and activities are important considerations, they are only a small part of the selection process. Each school is asked to develop its own criteria as a further guideline for selection. The school principal and teachers use this criteria to nominate one student per year to receive this year's Scotty Award. The School Citizen of the Year this year goes to Vasiliki Fournier. The next award we want to recognize one more time is the Wes Cook Illinois Principals Association Start Your Day with a Smile Outstanding Students Award. This award is given to 2 8th grade students who come to school each day with a smile on his or her face and is ready to learn. These students were already honored at a breakfast ceremony earlier in the spring, but we wanted to acknowledge them here one more time. Vestina Cepas and Luca Kostic were this year's recipients of the Start Your Day with a Smile Award. Congratulations again, Vestina and Luca. Finally, we have 2 additional awards to present this evening for achievement on the ACT test this year. Many of our middle school students participate in NewMats, which is a testing opportunity offered through Northwestern University. Students take the actual SAT and ACT exams that many of us remember taking for college admission. This year, 2 of our students tied for the highest ACT score in science out of all student participants from 14 area middle schools. Our sincerest congratulations goes to Egan Payne and Dom Nueva España for superior achievement in science. Well done. And now I'd like to send it down to myself live at our drive-in graduation ceremony. One final award we'd like to give to 2 of our students is the American Legion Award. I will be representing Mr. Al Krenz from Robert E. Coulter Jr., Post 1941 of the American Legion of the state of Illinois. He sent me the following words to share this evening. The principles of Americanism. The characteristic that distinguishes our form of government from others is the recognition of the truth that the inherent and fundamental rights of men, the unalienable rights which are the gifts of man from his Creator, are freedom of worship, freedom of speech and press, freedom of assemblage, freedom to work in such occupation as the experience, training, and qualifications man may enable him to secure and hold, freedom to enjoy the fruits of his work, which means to the protection of property rights and the right to pursue his happiness so long as he does not harm others in the pursuit of this happiness. Upon these basic principles, the structure of our form of government was established. With these principles in mind, the winners of the American Legion Americanism Awards from Pleasantdale Middle School for 2020 are Audrey Bart and Jack Micheletti. At this time, I'd like to honor our retirees. Mrs. Charlotte Reschke has been the front office face for almost 25 years. A common theme you're going to hear is longevity with our retirees, answering phones and helping children find the correct bus to ride, amongst many other things. We miss her already as she retired earlier this school year, and we wish her the very best in retirement. Mrs. Judy Johnson has been teaching here for the past 17 years and has made such a difference over that time in the lives of young people. Through English language arts, she has opened a whole new world to kids and has challenged them to think about the world around them. We're going to miss you, Mrs. Johnson. Ms. Kay Llewellyn has spent 30 years teaching kids here in Pleasantdale through many different subjects. The one thing that I see and hear from so many people is how big her heart is. She is always willing to lend a hand and give of herself. We know that you're going to continue to make a big difference in retirement. Finally, Mr. John Reed has spent the past 34 years teaching students about life through science and volleyball, and seemed to enjoy this year, well, up until March, as much as any other. He is a natural with the kids, and he just gets them. He's a great listener for students, staff, and even me. We're really going to miss Mr. Reed on the staff next school year, and we wish him the very best for many years to come. Thank you. Up next, I'd like to introduce our superintendent, Dr. Dave Pelzet, to address the graduates and our families.
Welcome, parents, grandparents, brothers, sisters, staff, Board of Education, and those watching at home on Facebook Live. But most importantly, welcome students. To the class of 2020, I'd like to offer my congratulations on this milestone and wish you the best of luck as you enter the next phase of your academic career. To start, I'd like to thank your teachers and Mr. Sontag and Ms. Malat for making this awesome graduation ceremony possible. I'd also like to recognize the Board of Education for their vision and direction as we lead this amazing district. Promotion ceremonies are always a time for reflection, and we sure have a lot to reflect on this year. As we consider the lessons learned this year, our minds wouldn't necessarily wander to the in-class learning that took place. While I'm sure your teachers did a great job teaching you about linear equations and historical events, there are many out-of-class lessons that helped us grow this year. Some of the lessons this pandemic has taught us transcend well beyond graduation ceremonies and celebrations. There are a few of these lessons that I'd like to highlight tonight. Gratitude. We learn to be really grateful for what we have. Our secure homes and family members that support us. We learn to be grateful for the simple acts of kindness and extending kindness to others. We're grateful for the neighbors and friends that supported us when we were low and for the teachers that helped us continue to learn under very difficult circumstances. A little bit of gratitude goes a long way, so I would encourage you to reflect on what you are grateful for and recognize those that gave you comfort. Resilience. Resilience is the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties or having toughness. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it is that we, as a people, are resilient and will overcome. Your teachers and principals resisted giving up and saying, I guess we won't have a pep assembly or morning announcements or engaging lessons or a graduation ceremony. Nope, we found a way to make those things happen. And you were resilient, and that you refused to give up. You completed your work. You attended that Zoom meeting. You asked the hard questions, and you kept going even when you may not have wanted to. Our stay-at-home order has been a master class in resilience, and you have passed with flying colors. Finally, we've all learned adaptability. This class of students has taken one of the most difficult situations anyone has faced and turned it into an opportunity to learn and lead. We found new ways to connect with friends and families and have applied the social distancing rules to a wide variety of new activities. We now have FaceTime hangouts, Zoom scavenger hunts, and birthday parades. We've found ways to adapt and stay connected. To be sure, the global pandemic has changed our lives, and we will never forget the impact that it has had and the lessons that we've learned. However, I argue that the lessons learned from this experience are the silver lining that we all need. So on behalf of the faculty and administration of District 107, we thank you for making us proud each day. It is our honor to help you learn and grow on your journey. We look forward to seeing great things from you, and will watch your progress with anticipation of much success. We are proud of who you are and excited about who you are becoming. Congratulations on this significant accomplishment, and best wishes for a happy, healthy, and fulfilling future. Now I'm going to turn it back over to Mr. Sontag to keep our program going.
Thank you, Dr. Pelzet. Gratitude, resilience, and adaptability. That was very well said. Next, it is my honor to introduce our school board vice president, Mrs. Kristen Violante, who will share some thoughts with all of us and our graduates.
Hi, Nick. Welcome, everyone, students, teachers, administrators, fellow board members, parents, grandparents, siblings, and family members. I am extremely humbled to be standing here before you tonight to give the graduation speech on such a momentous occasion. I don't know about all of you, but I could not think of a better place to be tonight. Class of 2020, how are you guys doing? All right. I am sure this is not the graduation ceremony you envisioned when you started school back in August, but I guarantee it's one you will never forget. I have to admit I've had a difficult time writing this speech. As I'm sure many of you can relate to, I've had a myriad of emotions the past several months. There are a couple of ways I could write this speech. Do I go funny? Do I go serious? Well, after much reflection, I chose to have my speech focus on resiliency, which Dr. Pelzet touched on, and thankfulness. Resiliency, because that is what is going to get you through this challenging time, and thankfulness to show gratitude towards those who helped mold you into the strong young men and women that you are today. Who would have thought when you left school for the last time in March that it would be the last time you would see teachers in person? Zoom and Google do not count. I know you miss your teachers and all the end of the school year activities. The teachers miss you as well. The 8th grade group of teachers is an exceptional bunch and typically go out of their way to celebrate the 8th grade year. I thought I would write those teachers and ask them if they could describe your group. I wanted to share with you some of their comments. Mr. Dreyer said he found this group to be very fun-loving. There are so many different personalities and interests that make this class really unique. This is a group that when you have 5 to 10 minutes, you can have a conversation with about anything. Keywords are fun-loving and unique. Mrs. Llewellyn commented that this group is eclectic and likes to commingle groups. Eclectic. Mrs. Johnson said, we find this class to be very friendly and respectful to their teachers and supportive of each other, whether it concerns a good grade, an accomplishment on the sports field, a musical performance, an art or music award, or a student of the term award. They seem to be very happy where they are, excited about high school, but also appreciative of their teachers, learning, and overall experiences at both Pleasantdale Elementary and Middle School. Keywords: respectful, supportive, and appreciative. Mr. Bush said this group has been so funny, so personable. Rec and lunch have been amazing, 0 problems, and lots of kids having fun. Personable, funny, and non-problematic. Mrs. Baronio said this group enjoys being together, always willing to work together. They were kind to one another and had fun together. Fun and supportive are the key words. Ms. Ayala said this group is confident and proud of themselves. So many students are truly individuals and don't care what others think of them. They're confident and proud. Lastly, Mr. Munchoff said the word that comes to mind for him is individuals or individuality. I think this group as a whole has a large amount of students who think for themselves and don't try to be who other people think they should be. Keyword: individualistic. Fun-loving, unique, eclectic, respectful, supportive, appreciative, personable, funny, non-problematic, confident, proud, and individualistic. These are the adjectives used to describe you guys, you students. I guarantee these are the attributes that are going to help you kids through the complexities of the current world health crisis and help you face any obstacles in the future. You guys are fighters. You are getting through a time of your life that is beyond comprehension. You are building resiliency. You are learning how to use your strengths to get through adversity. The common characteristics of resilient people are They are not paralyzed by obstacles life throws their way. They tend to look at setbacks and failures as learning opportunities to do better. They focus their energy more on things and situations that are within their control. They are committed to the goals they've set for themselves and the pursuit of their dreams. After the teacher feedback, this sounds like a group of young men and women who have the potential to have these characteristics if you don't already have them. Every day there are opportunities to learn to adapt, face obstacles, and reach your goals. I want to focus on those direct influencers that have helped you to be the fighters you are today and help you overcome obstacles in the future. Let's first look at our school. As a board member, I see the challenge school boards, administrators, teachers, and staff and students face with e-learning and remote classrooms. Who would have thought that you would be working remotely for 2.5 months? Certainly not the administrators, certainly not the teachers and staff, certainly not the parents, and certainly not you guys. The situation is particularly difficult for our 8th grade teachers as they are not able to celebrate the end of the year with you. Looking at the resiliency characteristic, they focus their energy more on the things and situations that are within their control. The administrators and staff at Pleasantdale could have done only what they were required to do, nothing else. This group at Pleasantdale, including administration, staff, board members, and PTO, decided to do more. They provided Zoom and Google Duo meetings, had fun selfie days, continued the pledge in the morning, passed out daily lunches, provided yard signs and t-shirts for both students and staff, participated in an awesome teacher parade, promoted small businesses owned by Pleasantdale families, and lastly, provided this unbelievable graduation ceremony for our graduates. I said at the beginning of my speech that one of the things I was going to focus on my speech was thankfulness. Thank you to the administration, staff, PTO, 8th grade committee, and school board for providing these meaningful opportunities and for focusing your energy on the things and situations that are within your control. Thank you for 8 years of pushing the kids to be the best they could be, for doing your part to make them the fighters they are today, and the successful adults that they will be in the future. The next influence in the kid's life that I would like to focus on is parents and family. Moms, dads, aunts, uncles, grandma and grandpas, whoever has parenting responsibility of these kids. Wow. Who would have thought that 220 would look like this? These past few months have been difficult in so many ways. Some of you are healthcare workers working on the front line to treat those with this nasty virus. Some of you are essential workers working hard to provide for your families and fellow neighbors. Some of you are small business owners struggling to keep your business. Some of you have lost your job or have had to lay off your staff. Some of you have lost loved ones or have watched people who are sick. We've had to assist with homework, dry tears, say no to play dates sometimes, load the dishwasher more, and ration out toilet paper, all while working ourselves and worrying about our own future. Everyone has been somehow affected by this virus. What is inspiring, however, is the way you have reacted to those in your own community. I have seen posts of car parades, food donations, support for small businesses, or offers to just talk. Lastly, you have been there for your kids, even though you yourself may be physically or mentally exhausted. You are not paralyzed by obstacles life throws your way, one of the characteristics of resiliency. You are doing so much for your kids that you know. When the going gets tough, remember that. You are making them stronger by being stronger yourself. I know there are times as parents that we may seem like we're failing, especially under the stress some of us currently have. Give yourself grace. You will get through this. Remember also, in 4 short years from now, we're going to be sending our kids off to college, trade schools, the military, or straight into the real world. I know I have to use this extra time with my kids to my advantage. Take more pictures, document our experiences. I know I will regret it if I don't. Thank you, parents, for all that you do for your kids. Remember those adjectives the teachers used to describe your child? They did not become those individuals. The kids didn't become those individuals all on their own. Thank you, parents, for lifting your kids up during this difficult time and giving them confidence to get through challenges. Thank you also for raising your kids to be the confident, supportive, personable, funny, eclectic kids that they are. I know this parent certainly appreciates it. I have high hopes for these kids. I know they're going to do good things. Thank you for 14 years of pushing your kids to be the best that they could be, for doing your part to make them the fighters they are today and the successful adults they will be in the future. The last group I want to focus on are the kids. Look how much you guys have grown. Think back to kindergarten when you helped in the butterfly garden with Mrs. Escroba. Now you're taking charge and making the middle school courtyard beautiful. Think of singing Billy Joel with Mr. Woltman. Now you're acting in musicals. Think of yourself in Mr. Enzo's PE class. Now you're winning conference championships in various sports. Think of yourself in kindergarten. Some of you excited to say goodbye to your parents, some clinging for dear life. By the end of the year, you were excited to move on to first grade. You made it, right? Moving to fourth grade, your last year at the elementary school. You were preparing to move on to the middle school. Some of you were like, peace out. Some of you were nervous, not knowing what to expect. You made it through though, right? And now you are here today, ready to move on to high school. Things this time, however, are a little different. You are moving on, but you're moving on with so many unknowns. Let's take the last two characteristics of resilient people. They tend to look at setbacks and failures as learning opportunities to do better, and they are committed to the goals that they set for themselves in pursuit of their dreams. These are the things you can put into practice in your current situation. You've had many setbacks the past couple of months. You are going to school one day, then you're off. Now the school year is coming to the end and you're never able to participate in any of the typical 8th grade year rituals. How do you navigate all the feelings and emotions you have about this situation? Because it all kind of sucks, right? I know it may be hard for some of you to fight all these emotions, but why don't we use them to make us stronger? Build on everything you've learned these last 8 years in school. How can you use this time to help yourself in the future? Maybe you can set short-term goals. Get better grades in high school. Be nicer to my friends. Spend more time with my family. Or work out. You can also set long-term goals. To one day work in the healthcare field and help those with severe illnesses. Become a teacher or become a scientist. Use this extra time Use this extra time that you may never have again to reflect and decide on the person you want to be and how you're going to get there. Also lean on your friends. Socialization during this break from school is so important. I have high hopes for this group. I know you will do good things. Thank you for being the fun-loving, unique, eclectic, respectful, supportive, appreciative, personable, funny, non-problematic, confident, proud, individualistic kids that you are. Keep fighting and build up resiliency. I was trying to think how we as a family could commemorate this momentous occasion, this graduation that's like no other. We will celebrate May 22nd in our family as Lemonade Day and drink a big glass of lemonade because we took lemons and we made a big old glass of lemonade. To my own graduate, I hope I didn't embarrass you. I love you, I'm proud of you, I appreciate the fighter you are. Now go and set some goals. Thank you.
Thank you, Mrs. Violante. That was exactly what we needed to hear at this time. Resiliency and thankfulness. Thank you. And now, Superintendent Pelzet and distinguished members of the Board of Education, on behalf of the faculty and staff of Pleasantdale Middle School, I request that the students seated before you in their vehicles, having fulfilled the criteria for graduation, be certified as graduates of the Pleasantdale School District 107 and honored with their diploma as the Pleasantdale Middle School graduating class of 2020. Mr. Eric Bush will again do the honor of reading the names of each of the graduates of the class of 2020. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Eric Bush, 8th grade social studies teacher here at Pleasantdale, and I will be reading the names for the graduates in the class of 2020. Rahman Arif. Carlos Antonio Avitia. Omar Zuhair Barakat. Audrey Elizabeth Bart. Abby Rose Besich. Ethan Edward Bosley. Demetris James Bubaris. Nicholas James Calvi. Ida Rose Castro. Sophia Teresa Caulfield. Vestina Chepas. Sean P. Connolly. Ava Chesney Cousins. Javeer A. Devnani. Yava Tilunius. Jack James Dillon. Sebastian Joseph Dimter. Ariana Sophia Dumkowski. Hala Dwideri. T. Grace Enselman. Ian H. Enselman. Vasiliki Kyriaki Fournier. Lily Frank. Annabelle Margaret Fuller. Ian Sebastian Gamino. Anna Michaela Jeanette. Angelina Rose Gierzik. Samantha Y. Gergis. Sofia Grujic. Caitlin Elaine Hadraba. Ava Rebecca Hawbaker. Lola James Hennessy. Josiah David Hoosman. Salvatore Gabriel Imbarato. Elena Yanova. Dominic A. Yasnos. Sophia Elise Giotis. Isabel L. Johnson. Alana Kathy Justinich. Angela Kesich. Ritvi Karana. Hayden Christopher Klein. Luka Kostic. Stella Kostovsky. Leo James Coder. Olivia J. Kowalczyk. Olivia Maya Lysak. Kylie Corinne Mahoney. Louis James Martin. Alonzo Romeo Martinez. Lavon McFarland. Vincent Arrhenius Mecha. Liliana Jenny Medley. Austin Walter Menconi. Jack William Micheletti. James Albert Malagusis. Matthew Akwete Nar. Michael Akwete Nar. Sabrina A. Nelson. Deanna Nikolic. Dominic Lapid Nueva España. Peyton Quinn O'Flaherty. John Allen Parenti. Egan Lee Payne. Vincent Matthew Petrich. Callie Prock. Alexander Martin Tasinski. L. Rockroar. Loveleen Kaur Sasan. Liam Savir Baruch. Dominic Dennis Scardigli. Addison Marie Schaefer. Nathan James Schroeder. Jacob Nicholas Cerna. Luigi Alexander Sisto. Josh Smolka. Michaela Rose Steeb. Isabella Sophia Suero. Aaliyah Ann Valentine Swanson. Patrick Schuba. Alyssa Maria Thacadil. Jonathan Isaac Toby. Ryan Diener Tobias. Vilius Tomkus. Gianna Marcella Veri. Xavier Vasquez Kirscher. Lane Catherine Violante. Zachary James Walsh. Nicholas Mark Wojtelewicz. Anastasios Christos Yiannopoulos. Tatiana Zezavich. Matthew Jordan Zeman. Eileen Zhang.
and Ryan Ming Zhang.
A very wise man sent me an email and asked me to share this message with all of the graduates. That man, Mr. Shutter, one of our long-standing substitutes at the middle school. He speaks very fondly about you as a class, and I believe this is a testament to who you are and who you are becoming as young adults. He writes, "Dear 2020 Pleasantdale Middle School graduates, it's an unfortunate and unprecedented situation that prevents me from being with you at this important stage in your lives. But I would like to offer my sincere congratulations and best wishes to all of the graduates. I have been privileged to work with you over the past 4 years and have come to know you as a fine group of young men and women. You are one of the reasons I like subbing at Pleasantdale. I know that you will be very successful in your own lives and important in the lives of many others. I wish you all the good things that life has to offer. Remember that these good things come from others and need to be returned to them 100-fold. Your parents, families, friends, teachers, and classmates, not to mention us subs, will always be there for you. As Dr. Seuss said, you have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the one who will decide where to go. Until we meet again, Mr. Shutter." He's right. You had a very positive impact on him through your words and through your actions. This is why each morning we say, work hard, be kind to each other, and make it a great day. The choice is yours. Whether you like it or not, you influence and impact those around you, and the choice truly is yours about how you use that influence. This responsibility is great, but one that I know you are prepared for through your growth and development at Pleasantdale Middle School and Pleasantdale Elementary School. You've learned how to positively impact the world, and you now also have the confidence to do it. Congratulations, Pleasantdale Middle School Class of 2020. Finally, hang on one second. Finally, tonight, we will conclude this evening with a video put together by Mr. Madsen, our yearbook sponsor, and supported by 8th grade committee member Alicia Swanson, of many memories from your time here at Pleasantdale Middle School. At the conclusion of the video, our ceremony is over. One final time, congratulations, Pleasantdale Middle School Class of 2020. We wish you the very best always. Enjoy the memories.
Job's a joke, you broke, your love life's the away. It's like you're always stuck in second gear, when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. But I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you like I've been there before. I'll be there for you 'cause you're there for me too. Still in bed at 10 and work again at 8. You burned your breakfast so far, things are going great. Your mother warned you there'd be days
disbelievers couldn't keep me on the ground. I've invented a momentum that'll never slow me down. I believe it cause I feel it and I shout it out loud. I can, so everybody said, boy, don't go any higher. I can do anything, ever push the limit and don't play with fire. I can do anything. Wear my heart on my fist, take you by surprise, fighter. I can do anything. Okay. Be a movie star or rock the main stage, an Xbox tester or an astronaut in space. If they tell you that you can't, you can shove it in their face. I can, so 100,000 disbelievers couldn't keep me on the ground. I've invented a momentum that'll never slow me down. I believe it cause I feel it and I shout it out loud. I can, so everybody said, boy, don't go any higher. I can do anything, ever push the limit and don't play with fire. I can do anything. Wear my heart on my fist, take you by surprise, fighter. I can do anything. Never try, never win, never get a break. You miss 100% of the shots you never take. Everybody said, boy, don't go any higher. I can do anything, ever push the limit and don't play with fire. Forget that.
I can do anything.
Everybody said, boy, don't go any higher.
Life gives you the runaround, you say. You wanna know how much dues must you pay. Well, you can have what you want to. Where there's a will, there's always a way. Keeping your eyes on that mountain top, one step at a time. Don't ever stop. Keep on when your mind says quit. Dream on till you find you're living it. I'll be right by your side. Yeah, baby, keep on. Don't stop till you win your prize. Lean on all the love that's in my eyes. You're a diamond to me. Yes, you are. Shine on. Shine on. I know what you've been through, I see. But it's time to leave it behind and let it be. Yeah, heart-earned wisdom is something you can't buy. It's the wings of experience that make you fly high. Don't look down and don't look back.
Probably just the food was really good and like drama and survival and stuff. One of my favorite classes I think would be pioneering because we got to make candles and use tools that they used back then.
Lean on all the love that's in my eyes. You're a diamond to me. Yes, you are. Shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Oh, don't I'll be right by your side. Yeah, baby, baby. Don't stop till you win your prize. And lean on all the love that's in my eyes. You're a diamond to me. Yes, you are. Shine, shine on. Baby, you got to shine on. That's what you're born to do. Me and you. You got to shine on. Sparkle, baby. Shine on. Shine on. Shine on. Baby, you got to shine on.
When the night has come and the land is dark and the moon is the only light we see. Lying in my bed, I hear the clock tick and think of you, caught up in circles. Confusion is nothing new.
No, I won't be afraid. No, I won't be afraid. Just as long as you stand by me. So darling,
if you're lost, you can look and you will find me. Time after time. If you fall, I will catch you, I'll be waiting. Time after time, I'll be there for you.
When the rain starts to pour,
I'll be there for you.
Like I've been there before,
I'll be there for you. 'Cause I'm gonna need somebody to lean on.
lean on me when you're not strong. And I'll be your friend, and I'll help you carry on. And darling, darling, stand by me. Oh, stand by me. Oh, stand. Won't you stand by me?
I'll be there for you when you're not strong. I'll be there for you.
Time after time,
I'm gonna need someone there for me too.
We all thought that we'd get rich fast, hop the plane out for greener grass. Found out the greenest cash don't compare to the friends that last. See, we won't forget where we came from. This city won't change us, we beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. This city can't change us, we beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. So here's to the cheap sunglasses, Red Bull and minivans, and people who had your back when the world didn't understand. See, we won't forget where we came from. The city won't change us, we beat to the same drum. No, we won't forget where we came from. The city can't change us, we beat to the same drum, the same drum. No matter where we go, we always find a way back home. Oh no, this city won't change us. Oh no, this city won't change us. Oh no, this city won't change us. Won't change us. Hey, la da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home. La da 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 da, la da 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 da. Oh, and no matter where we go, we always find our way back home.
tomorrow like we think about now? Can we survive it out there? Can we make it somehow? I guess I thought that this would never end, and suddenly it's like the women